The first thing that we'll start off with is permutation of alike things. Permutation of alike things. This means that the objects that we will be choosing, they will be alike or of the same category. So in this, what we generally do is, let there be a total of n objects of which P are alike and of one type, comma, Q are alike and of another type, R are alike and of a third type, and so on. That means in total there are n objects of which P are alike. That means P objects are similar and of one type. Similarly, you will have Q objects which will be similar of a second type. Then you will have R objects which will be similar but of a third type. And this can go on. Then the formula for finding out the permutation would be n factorial divided by P factorial, Q factorial, R factorial dot dot dot, depending on how many objects are alike and of which type they are. I'll just give you one example to elaborate. Suppose we have the letters of the word India, and you have been asked to find out the number of ways in which the letters of the word India can be arranged. Now, if we look at this, N, there are 5 letters, so N is 5. But out of those 5 letters, I are similar or alike. So P would be 2. All the others occur only once. N is once, D occurs once, A also occurs once. So when we have to find out the number of permutations of the letters of the word India, what we will do is, using this particular formula, we will write 5 factorial by 2 factorial, which will be 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 factorial divided by 2 factorial, which will effectively give us 60. So when I move into this sum, how many signals can be made by hoisting 2 blue, 2 red, and 5 yellow flags? So when I solve this sum, I'll find out that in this case, n would be 2 plus 2 plus 5, or 9 factorial, because there are a total of 9 flags. Now, if we look at this, there are 2 blue flags which are alike. Similarly, 2 red flags which are of a different type, but they are also alike. And 5 yellow flags which are similar to each other, but they are different from the red and the blue flags. So using the same formula that we used in the previous sum, number of signals possible equals to, writing down the formula, n factorial, P factorial, q factorial, r factorial. So here p would be 2, q would be 2, r would be 5. So it will come down to 9 factorial by 2 factorial into 2 factorial into 5 factorial. So which is effectively 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 factorial by 2 into 1 into 2 into 1 into 5 factorial. So this and this gets cancelled. So we'll be left with 18 into 7 into 6. 18 into 7 into 6. So 18 into 6 is 108. 108 into 7 gives us 756. So the number of possible signals that can be made is 756. Continuing with this, I'll move on to the next. How many numbers can be formed using the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1 so that odd digits always occupy odd places. The question is, how many numbers can be formed using the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1 so that odd digits always occupy odd places? Now, if you look at it, there are 4 odd digits. There are 2 1s and 2 3s. So there are 4 odd digits. And in those 4 odd digits, there is a repetition of 2 1s and 2 3s. So we can write in solution, the odd digits can rearrange themselves in 4 factorial by 2 factorial into 2 factorial ways. Why I repeat? Because there are 4 odd digits, of which there are 2 1s and 2 3s. So 4 factorial divided by 2 factorial into 2 factorial, which is effectively 4 into 3 into 2 factorial by 2 into 1 into 2 factorial. So you will get this as 6 ways. So there are 6 ways in which the odd numbers can rearrange themselves. Then, except for those odd numbers, there are 3 even numbers. When you form the number, not only the odd numbers, but also the even numbers will have to be placed. The even numbers can arrange themselves in, there are 3 even numbers, 3 factorial by 2 factorial. Why by 2 factorial? There are 2 2s. So there is a repetition of 2 2s. So 3 factorial by 2 factorial, which is effectively 3 into 2 factorial by 2 factorial, which is 3 ways. So the odd numbers can rearrange themselves in 6 ways. The even numbers can rearrange themselves in 3 ways. And since both are being used to form the number, so therefore total number of ways, equals to 6 into 3, 18 ways. Now the important question here is, why are we multiplying? When we use 2 or more than 2 different events to form one single event, we always multiply. I repeat, when we use 2 or more than 2 separate events to form one single event, we always multiply. If we are talking about separate events, they get added up. Since we are forming one single word using the odd as well as the even digits, that is why we multiplied 6 into 3 to get 18. There are 3 copies each of 4 different books. There are 3 copies each of 4 different books. Find the number of ways of arranging them on a shelf. And this came in an IIT exam a couple of probably 15, 16 years ago. And see, when people think about IIT questions and competitive exam questions, they think the questions will be very difficult. See how easy this question is. There are 3 copies each of 4 different books. That means in total, there are 3 into 4, 12 books. So n here is 12. Although n is 12, there are 3 copies each of 4 different books. That means P would be 3, Q would be 3, R would be 3, and S would also be 3. 3 copies of 4 different books. So if this is type 1, this is type 2, type 3, and type 4. So using the formula, we will have, therefore, total number of ways equals to 12 factorial by 3 factorial into 3 factorial into 3 factorial into 3 factorial. Or it can also be written as 12 factorial by 3 factorial to the power 4. Now, if we evaluate this into 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 factorial. Oh, I missed out 11 into 11 into 3 factorial into 3 factorial. So 3 factorial and 3 factorial cancels out. 3 factorial by itself means 6. So this and this also cancels out. Because 3 factorial is 6, this and I cancel 12 to get 2. And 3 factorial, so what I do is, I cancel the 2 and 2 here and 3 and 3 here. So if I do this, I'll get 10 into 3 into 8 into 7 into 5 into 4 into 11, 369,600. Find the number of arrangements of the letters of the word banana, B-A-N-A-N-A, in which two ends do not appear adjacently. Going back to the sum, if we look at banana, there are 6 letters. Okay, out of which there is a repetition of 3 A's and 2 N's. Let us consider that there is no restriction. What do we mean by there is no restriction? That means any letter can arrange anywhere. I repeat, let us consider that there are no restrictions. That is, any letter can arrange anywhere or at any place. So what do we write? In case of no restriction, the number of possible arrangements equals to 6 factorial divided by 3 factorial into 2 factorial. 6 factorial because there are 6 letters, 3 factorial because there are 3 A's, 2 factorial because there are 2 N's. So 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 factorial by 3 factorial into 2. Why 2 factorial is equals to 2? So we have 60 ways. That means without any restriction, if any letter can arrange in any possible position, there are 60 ways in which the letters of the word banana can rearrange themselves. But the question here is, find the number of arrangements of the letters of the word banana in which the 2 ends do not appear adjacently. Now, let us consider, this is where we will use a technique, not a technique, this is a concept of permutation. The 2 ends appear adjacently. What I am doing is, I am considering that the 2 ends will be together and they will be adjacent to one another. When such kind of a thing happens, in case of 2, 3, 4, doesn't matter how many units you take. Here, since there are 2 ends, we are considering 2 ends. If there would have been 3 ends, we could have considered 3 ends as well. Then all those will be taken as 1 unit. What do I mean by this? Suppose, I'm just giving an example. The arrangement was like this. So in this case, these 2 ends will be taken as 1 unit. So we'll be left with 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 letters. We will consider these 2 letters as 1 single unit. So we'll be left with 5 letters. If this would have happened with A, suppose the question would have been, find the number of arrangements for the letters of the word banana in which the 3 A's do not appear adjacently, then it would have been something like this. Just giving an example. Then we would have taken these 3 A's as 1 unit. So if we take the 2 N's as 1 unit, there will be 5. In total, 5 letters. We'll be considering 5 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. The number of ways in which they can arrange themselves 5 factorial, because the two n's become one unit, divided by 3 factorial. Why 3 factorial? Because there are 3 a's. So it will effectively be 5 into 4 into 3 factorial by 3 factorial, which will become 20. So now this was the case where there was no restriction. That means any letter could have arranged in any way. And then we took another case where the two ends are together. That means they are adjacent to one another. But the question is when they will not be adjacent. So therefore, the number of arrangements where two ends are not adjacent equals to total minus the number of words where they were adjacent, which is 40 ways. Total, which was 60, minus the number of ways in which they were adjacent to each other, which is 20. So 60 minus 20, 40 ways. The question is, if the letters of the word, again, AGAIN, can be arranged in a dictionary, what will be the 50th word? The question is, if the letters of the word again can be arranged in a dictionary, what will be the 50th word? Here, 2 to 3 things need to be taken into account. First, when we are talking about the letters being arranged in a dictionary, it will follow the pattern what we see in a dictionary, English dictionary, number 1. Number 2, the 50th word that the sum is talking about might have a meaning, might not have a meaning. Since it is about the arrangement of the letters of the word again, as per the dictionary, it does not have to make a precise meaning as per the sum. In a dictionary, every word has a meaning that you find, but according to the sum, the 50th word might not make a meaning. It is just its positioning. I hope I am clear. So in a dictionary, when we arrange the words in a dictionary, we see that at first, the first alphabet in the dictionary is A. That means the word starts with A. So case 1, word starting with A. What does this mean? That this means that the first letter of the word that will be formed is A, which means A's position is fixed and we are not interchanging its position. I repeat, which means since the first letter is A, that means A's position is fixed. There is no interchange in its position. So only 4 letters, G, the second A, I and N can interchange their positions. G, the second A, I and N can interchange their positions. So words starting with A, there can be 4 factorial ways in which the words can be formed. So 4 factorial means 24. Why 4 factorial ways? because as I mentioned, A will be at the very beginning. So A's position is fixed. We are left with 4 letters, G, A, I, N. There is no repetition among those 4 letters for any particular letter. And these 4 letters can arrange themselves in 4 factorial ways. So when we talk about words starting with A, there can be 24 words which are formed when the letters of the word again are arranged. Then after A, if we go by the dictionary, we will have words starting with G. Word starting with G means the first letter would be G. The other letters can rearrange themselves. That means G's position is fixed. The other letters, when they rearrange themselves, there are 4 ways in which they can rearrange themselves. But here we have to consider that there are 2 A's. So there can be 4 factorial by 2 factorial ways of forming the words. Four factorial means 24, 2 factorial means 2, so 12 ways. Why did we take 4 factorial by 2 factorial? Because there are 4 letters, G being constant in the first position, but here there is a repetition of 2 ways, so 4 factorial by 2 factorial. So when we start off with G, there are 12 ways. Then we come to I, word starting with I. Similarly, I being in the first position, the other 4 letters can rearrange in 4 factorial. Again, there is a repetition of 2 ways. So there can be 4 factorial by 2 factorial, that is 12 ways. So if we add, we will have 24 plus 12 plus 12, that is 48 ways already gone. And we have had words starting with A, G, and I. Now, words starting with N. Now, if we look at the dictionary and we have words starting with N, the second letter, if we go by what the dictionary tells us, second letter will be A, third letter will also be A, fourth letter would be what comes ahead of this, which is G, then I. Then, according to the dictionary, the next word would be NAAIG. So 24 plus 12 plus 12, 48 there, 49th is this word, 50th is this word. So the 50th word is NAAIG. Let's move into the concept of word building. The concept of word building. And in this concept only, I'll explain 6 to 7 cases. And just for reference, I am taking the word pencil, PENCIL, just for reference, and whatever criteria or whatever types we will discuss based on the word pencil as a reference, so that it is clear to all. But if there is any other word, it will still hold true. So when we start off with pencil, the first case is case 1, no restrictions. What do we mean by no restriction? That means when any letter of the word pencil can occupy any position, then we talk about no restriction. P can be in the second spot, third spot, fourth spot, fifth spot, sixth spot, first spot. Similarly, all the other letters can be at any position. That is what we call no restriction. That means all the 6 letters can rearrange themselves in any which way. So in no restrictions, it will be in this case 6 factorial, which is 720. No restriction means any letter arranging themselves in any way. Next, all words beginning with one particular letter. All words beginning with one particular letter. Suppose here we consider all words beginning with N. That means the first position is fixed. There will be no change in the first position. And the remaining 5 positions can interchange themselves. So the 5 letters can interchange themselves in these 5 positions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we have all words beginning with one particular letter, which we have considered here to be N, and there are 5 other letters which can rearrange themselves, then the number of ways in this case would be 5 factorial, which is 120. Third case, all words begin and end with particular letters. Suppose we are considering N and C as the 2 letters with which the word is beginning or ending. So N and C are fixed. So you have provision for the 4 letters to rearrange themselves. So all words begin and end with particular letters because the 4 letters can only rearrange themselves. So in this case, it will be 4 factorial because the first and the last position are fixed. Now here there can be another case. What will be the other case? Here in the first instance, we have taken N in the first position, C in the last position. That is, we have considered that all the letters would start with N and finish with C. That is, all words begin and end with particular letters. But suppose we consider a similar case. The first and last letters are N and C, but they can interchange themselves. That means you can have a scenario like this or a scenario like this. The first and last letters in both cases are N and C. But in the first case, N and C are fixed. That is, the words will start with N, finish with C. But in the second case, the words can start with N and finish with C, and it can also be the other way around. So in the second case, it will be 4 factorial. Why? The 4 letters which are in the middle will rearrange themselves in 4 factorial ways into 2 factorial. Why into 2 factorial? Because C and N, they can also rearrange amongst themselves. That means C can go to N's position, N can go to C's position. In this case, because N and C are 2 letters, so 2 factorial and 2 are the same thing. That is why we see that there can be only 2 ways in this case. But if we are talking about 3 words which can rearrange themselves, then it will become 3 factorial. So in this case, this would become 24 and this would become 48. The same word is the reference, which is pencil. In D, what is the case is N is always next to E. Now, this is also as a reference. I'm talking about N is always next to E. It can be C next to E. It can be P next to E, whatever. It can be P next to N. I have written N is always next to E as a reference for the explanation. Because N is always next to E, this is a given condition. So like I said for the previous type, we will consider these two as one single unit. So we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, and total another one, that is 5 letters. So the number of ways will become 5 factorial, which is 120. Here also, there can be another case. This is case 1. N is always next to E. Case 2 can be N and E are together. What is the difference? Now, permutation, combination, and later on when you do probability, you will understand language of the sum is very, very, very important. Why am I saying so? N is always next to E and N and E are together. How does that change things? When I say N and E are together, you can have one instance like this, and you can have another instance like this. So here, this is a single unit. Similarly, this will also be a single unit. But the total number of ways will become 5 factorial into 2 factorial. Why? Because the position of E and N can interchange. Case E. Vowels occur together. Again, we are considering the letters of the word pencil, which has 2 vowels. So vowels occur together means these vowels will be together, one adjacent to the other. So since we are talking about vowels occur together, we will take these 2 vowels as one unit. There are 4 consonants. So we will have 4 plus 1, 5 factorial, and into 2 factorial. Why into 2 factorial? Because E and I can rearrange their positions. So 5 factorial into 2 factorial, which will give us 240. Similarly, I'll come to consonants occur together. Same, pencil. Here there are how many consonants? 1, 2, 3, 4. Consonants occur together means these 4 will be taken as one unit. So you'll be left with, so 3 factorial for that. And because there are 4 consonants, they can interchange their positions in 4 factorial ways. So 3 factorial into 4 factorial, which is effectively 6 into 24, which is 144 ways. The question is, in how many ways can the letters of Salon be arranged if the two O's must not come together? So at the first go, we will consider there is no restriction No restriction means there are 6 letters, 6 factorial, that is 720 ways in which the letters of the word salon can interchange themselves, or 6 factorial, 720. But since there are 2 O's, by 2 factorial, so it will become 360 ways. Now, if the 2 O's are together, if the 2 O's are together, then what will happen? We will consider the 2 O's as one single unit, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4. So the number of ways in which the rearrangement can happen is 5 factorial ways, which is 120 ways. Therefore, number of ways in which the 2 O's are not together is 360 minus 120, which is 240 ways.